Fox News alert, the clock's ticking, and the mullahs are up against it. Deal or no deal?
They now have the chance, that is, Iran, to permanently abandon their nuclear ambitions and to chart a new path forward. We'll see if they want to do it. If they don't, we're their worst nightmare. In the meantime, we'll just keep blowing them away, unimpeded, unstopped. Well, there's not a thing they can do about it.
The Iranians asked Trump for another week before he turns out their lights. Trump said, why don't we make it 10 days? Our paratroopers are almost in position, as well as the USS Tripoli, as the U.S. Air Force penetrates deep and low into Iranian airspace.
A-10 Warthogs, if you know them, you love them, and Apache helicopter gunships are flying strike missions inside Iranian airspace and throughout the Strait of Hormuz at will. See, you only send these slow, low-flying, close air support platforms when the enemy has no meaningful air defenses left.
On top of that, the world's stealthiest supersonic jets in the air. The F-35 Lightning, and they never sleep. Here they are refueling midair in the middle of a combat mission. More B-1 bombers are taking off as the White House is eyeing a knockout punch if a deal isn't struck. More on that later. The commander-in-chief says Iran's negotiators are different and strange. But who cares? He's used to Schumer.
They want to make a deal. The reason they want to make a deal is they have been just beat to.
Over 10,000 targets have been decimated since the beginning of Operation Epic Fury. Two-thirds of their military-industrial complex is now gone. They won't be able to rearm. And the Israelis just got another scalp, Iran's top admiral. This is the guy who ordered the Strait shut down, and now he's dead after an overnight strike on the fleet's headquarters. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper is ordering members of the Iranian Guard to immediately abandon their posts and return home to avoid death. Iran received the message. The president isn't bluffing. Don't make the same mistake twice. Here's Witkoff.
We have strong signs that this is a possibility, and if a deal happens, it will be great for the country of Iran, for the entire region, and the world at large. Iran is looking for an off-ramp following your powerful threat on Saturday. Your indications that you are willing to listen to peace proposals have been well received. Finally, we have told Iran one last thing. Don't miscalculate again.
Iranians are showing us their hand, and they're running out of cards. We haven't seen or heard from the cardboard Ayatollah. Poto was just on the 5, and I asked him if he was still in the closet. Did the CIA tell you that Ayatollah Jr.'s gay?
Well, they did say that, but I don't know if it was only them. I think a lot of people are saying that, which puts them off to a bad start in that particular country.
What's left of the regime's negotiating. For 3 weeks, they've been strangling the Strait, and Trump wanted to know if the people he was negotiating with actually had the juice. So to prove it, they gave us a little gift.
They said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil, 8 boats, 8 big boats of oil. This was 2 days ago. And they'll sail up tomorrow. And actually, they then apologized for something they said, and they said, we're going to send 2 more boats. And it ended up being 10 boats.
10 boats of crude sailing right through. And Bessent says there's more on the way.
We are starting to see more and more movement in and out of the Gulf today. And this is more than yesterday. And this is the beginning. I am confident that shipping traffic will continue to increase on a daily basis, even before we secure the straits.
Last night on Primetime, General Jack Keane said it's not a matter of if the Straits open, it's a matter of when.
The reality is, on the Straits of Hormuz, we are going to take that by force and keep it open for as long as we have to be there to keep it open.
Keane says the military has been war planning, securing that strait for decades. We already popped it open in the 80s. This isn't new. And it's not just an open strait we want. We want the uranium, all of it. And that's the only condition we'd agree to a ceasefire. This is why Trump's still bombing during peace talks. The Iranians need to have a come to Allah moment.
The Iranians have the inalienable right to enrich. Then we heard they possessed enough 60% enriched material, 460 kilograms, to make 11 atomic bombs. Finally, we heard the following statement. They would not give up diplomatically what we could not win militarily.
The Iranians want to keep the uranium. They think it's their only leverage against us, the great Satan. Now, some of the country's hardliners are demanding their scientists fast-track a nuke. This is just according to reports. That's why the commander-in-chief wants to bring the country to its knees. Axios, reporting that the Pentagon is preparing for the final phase of this war. We're already prepared for ground operations deep inside of Iran to secure the underground uranium, but are hoping that large-scale strikes do the job. But now they're looking for one final blow, which could be Iran's crown jewel, Karg Island. Over 90% of their oil exports come from Karg. If we control Karg, we control the country. During peace talks, we're telling the Iranians that we need access to some of their oil, and that's not negotiable to ending the war. It's a strong condition, making Karg a prime target. The Iranians sense trouble. CNN's reporting they started mining the island and are preparing for guerrilla warfare. But the island's small. It's like half the size of Manhattan. And the Pentagon also has other options, like Larik Island. It serves as a toll booth into the strait. It sits on the narrowest part of the waterway. And smaller islands nearby, like Abu Musa, could also give us control over the choke point. The options are there. The president's going into the operating room.
What we had to do is get rid of the cancer. We had to cut out the cancer. The cancer was Iran with a nuclear weapon, and we've cut it out. Now we're going to finish it off. As we rebuild the greatest economy in history, a top priority must be to bring down the cost of living. And we were doing that.
The Arabs and the Jews want to go harder. The entire Middle East is telling us a ceasefire won't be enough. They want a normal neighbor, completely disarmed and denuclearized. The Europeans, on the other hand, no bueno.
I'm so disappointed in NATO because this was a test for NATO. This was a test. You can help us. You don't have to, but if you don't have, if you don't do that, we're going to remember. They have an expression, a great expression, never forget. You can never forget.
Iranian missiles can now reach every single European capital. We're systematically removing that threat. And besides the British, we expected a little more help from NATO. We were sure there for them when it came to Ukraine.
They shot 2 failed missiles on a target 4,000 kilometers away. For years, they told the world that their missiles could only range 2 kilometers. Surprise. Yet again, Iran lied. And to the world, I say London is 4,000 kilometers from Iran. So you're telling us that Iran is not a threat to the world or to the U.S.? President Trump knows better.
Iran's been waging terror for decades. The Europeans know it. Kamala knew it.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay?
Obama knew it too, but he paid for their missiles to justify his little peace prize.
Many of the Iranian military factories and bases that we're systematically destroying were paid for by the pallets of American cash that Barack Obama flew into Tehran under the Iran deal. You might call it an inconvenient truth. Iran took our money and turned it into weapons and bunkers and ammo. And now we're destroying those weapons, and you're writing, Mr. President, that grievous wrong.
Obama's nuclear deal with Iran, he gave them billions of dollars, let them have as many missiles as they wanted, and we had to give them a heads up before inspections. And it sunsetted a few years later, so another president had to handle it. The Democrats funded the terror state that's shutting down the strait. So we smoked their leadership, annihilated the military, and are about to reopen the strait. And Democrats said, Iran's winning.
There is absolutely no plan. The administration clearly can't even understand why they're in this war, what their strategy is to get out of it.
You're saying the U.S. is losing this war?
As of right now, I think we are.
The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, has a message for Moulton and the media.
The folks here in the room, these cameras, they have a choice. You're either informing the American people of the truth or you're not. Because I hear it from my people every day. Behind every headline you write, there's a helicopter crew in the air. And behind every news banner you write, there's a battalion on the move. And behind every fake news story, there's an F-35 pilot executing a dangerous mission. My message to the media is get it right.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.